What's up? It's fantastic here. Few more thoughts I've got for everybody. I like doing these little YouTubey things because I don't. It's not my usual audience. I don't post it anywhere where friends are really. No one that knows me really is subscribed to this, so it usually goes to random strangers, and I get really nice comments from the strangers, and I just think it's really cool. YouTube will always be my favourite platform. Anyway, I just have some AI thoughts, and these things are quite scary, I think, but also quite fascinating. And it's centering around the power of AI and what I think the general public thinks that what is holding AI back, what the public thinks is holding AI back, and how I think that might be false. I have just been thinking that everyone keeps saying, oh, they're just waiting for it to get much better, and they're waiting for it to be perfect and get really good and all of this about AI and things. And yes, that is a point to be brought up in terms of the fact that they sometimes don't know how to render the sea well, or there's certain things that you can pick up on. However, the main thing that will change AI is the human that is writing the prompts. It's us coming up with more concise language to be able to give OpenAI a prompt that is going to generate something that is completely seamless. It's obviously going to have holes in it if you just say, give me a photo of, or give me a video of someone surfing. There's so many variables there that it has to deal with. And although it has all the data in the world to be able to create something successful out of them, it does not have the ability to be perfect on every single little thing. And also, because we live in a demand heavy world, it obviously needs to deliver the content back to you quickly, so there may be corners cut in that sense. So my point is that AI is that's it. Artificial intelligence is not gonna get better or more accurate. It's not really specifically about that. The only thing that will get better within the software itself is how quickly it can deliver specific content and accurate content. And I think it's got all the data already to be able to do that. But the main point that I'm making is that people are going to learn how to prompt AI way more successfully. And then from that, people sometimes also forget that anytime someone uses AI or OpenAI as a platform, that's more data that they now have to know what people are asking for it to create, and what content they are happy with, and what content is being commented back and saying that you were a bit inaccurate on this, change the C so it's more flowy. So all of this data, there's no possible way that it's going to take longer than a year for it to be completely seamless. There's no way, because of how many people use it and how much data it has, even outside of the AI bubble in general. I just find it crazily fascinating. I'm going to but I'm going to give an example of more specifically what I mean if anyone wasn't following that. Say if I want a cool video of a flower, I could type in, render me a cool video of a flower. And the likelihood of me being happy from the prompt that I've given to the computer is quite low, because in my head I haven't told the computer, but I wanted a red flower and I wanted it to sway in a certain way, and I wanted the camera to be up close, which already that's more than 4 details that I haven't added in the first prompt. So if I try again and I say, generate me a video of a poppy from the viewpoint of a Red Dragon 35 camera at a 5 centimeter distance from the petals. That's going to give me a pretty amazing thing back, because there's so many more data points that it can swivel off of than that. It can go, okay, all of the data that I have on that specific camera, the shots, what do they look like? What is the frame rate like? What is the frames per second? Things like that. They can go off of any data of poppies, how they move in the wind. They can go off my geographical location. If I had written a poppy in winter in the UK, they could make sure that the lighting coming towards the poppy is accurate for a UK setting. I can say the 5 centimeter thing that I said with the camera, it can then narrow down the footage that it's found or the data that it has on that camera to videos that show a flower from that distance. So it will know how to show the membrane on the skin of the flower petal. And already that's just from me saying a few more words, I have given it so many more data points to go off of. So that's amazing. That's crazy. That's genuinely crazy. How... I don't know, because I used to be scared, and I am still scared of it. But I am now also thinking that there is genius in it. It is honestly a very amazing thing. And if used correctly, or to the advantage of the well-being of humans and mankind in general, then it will be the best thing in the whole world. Obviously, on the other end of that, there's regulations that I believe should be put into place around it. But it's quite exciting to see what happens. I can imagine that if regulations get put into place, there'll be some sort of black market AI where people are breaking the laws of what the sanctions that have been put in place for it. And there'll be another market in that. Everything is it now. It's in every sector. So things are changing. And at least we should try and understand it. And I'm a creative. I don't want this. I really don't. I don't see... There's definitely an energy in art that cannot ever be recreated by any form of any robot or OpenAI or whatever. I know that from experiencing music from a first-hand experience. But that's not to say that there isn't a place for it. I do wonder actually how, from the dawn of OpenAI, were they gathering data for years and years and years to then come out with their platform? Or are there other companies? Does it work with Google? Does it work with other data carrying centers? I don't know. It's very interesting. And I'm slightly less scared of it now because I feel like I understand it a little bit more. And I don't think it will take over the world in a bad way. Because I can't see... I don't think it has the... It can't replace things like creativeness. I understand, and that's me selfishly coming from my perspective. There are obviously people that work in admin and things like that, no offense if you do, but your job's pretty much gone. Because even we, on like a consumer basis and not big companies, have access to many AI apps now that can do it all. without without anything. So there's that. However, obviously within these jobs there's more than just doing the admin. There's the morale of the team that you might bring. There's a bundle of more things that you aren't just your job role, is what I'm saying. But yeah, it will change, and it's still changing. It hasn't had its full impact yet, and it will be really surprising to see what happens. But yeah, it's good to get your head around how it works and what it actually is, I think. Yeah, that's all. For anyone worried about my well-being, I'm good now. I'm in a house, and it's pretty fun. It's really odd, but it's good. And my writing's going really well. I'm writing some great songs. So yeah, thank you for that.